The Selma to Montgomery March is the culmination of a long struggle for voting rights that triggers a national outcry. Bloody Sunday is beamed across the nation and across the world as the forces in Alabama try to turn back the idea that black people wanted to participate in the political process.
Now, we had the right to march from Selma to Montgomery and to be protected. The governor, the sheriff department, and others would not interfere.
The march starts in Selma, crosses the Edmund Pettus Bridge, and makes it the 54 miles up through Lowndes County.
Down Highway 80. All the way to Montgomery. And off time, we would stop to rest. Some brought food. It meant that some people were so determined to assist us.
I was 11 years old in the 6th grade, and my 6th grade class, we cleaned up at the campsite. My class was part of the cleanup crew. They camped out overnight for 4 different nights. They had a crew that would dismantle the tents, pack them up and move them up to the next campsite. They had a crew that did the same thing with the kitchen, the food, utensils and all that.
Also, there were whites who were determined to holler and discourage those persons who were white who were participating in the march.
But during the course of this campaign, even before the march is finished, Lyndon Baines Johnson takes to the airwaves before a joint session of Congress and announces that he's going to put before Congress a voting rights bill.
It was a great feeling of accomplishment, knowing that we had done something that we felt would be beneficial to all persons, regardless of their color, whether they were black, white, red, or yellow.
You felt that something great was being accomplished. You just felt that there was an enormous happiness and an enormous joy that you had finally arrived, that even though all those things had gone against you, you was finally there.
Moving down Dexter Avenue in Montgomery, to the very right marched Jose Williams, holding his daughter. I marched next to him. Mrs. King marched next to me. Dr. King marched next to his wife. Dr. Ralph Bunch, the first African-American Nobel Peace Prize winner, marched next to him. And to his right marched Mrs. Abernathy. To her right marched her husband, Ralph Abernathy. And to his right marched John Lewis, who today is the United States coming from Georgia. And to his right marched A. Philip Randolph. On the way to the Capitol to hear Dr. King make that speech that day.
It culminates with Martin Luther King's iconic speech at the steps of the state capitol, where he asks, "How long, not long?"
I sat on that platform and looked out over that sea of humanity. I don't know how many thousand people were there, but I had a feeling of great triumph and victory. For now, all persons, regardless of their color, would have a right to participate in the political process that governed their lives.